She trusted the nanny. Then she noticed the bruises that a T started small, a faint purple mark on the back of Leo's leg. Elena Martinez, a 32-year-old marketing executive and new mother, noticed it during a diaper change. It barely registered. "He's probably kicking the crib bars again," she murmured, pressing a kiss to his foot and smiling. But the next day, there were more. Bruises on his arms, a red mark down his shoulder. They weren't scrapes from crawling, they looked like grips, like someone had held him too hard. Elena had returned to work 3 months earlier, juggling a demanding job and motherhood. To help, she'd hired Monica, a polished, experienced nanny with glowing references. Always on time, dressed in a crisp lilac uniform, and speaking in a soft, sweet tone, Monica was the picture of professionalism. To everyone else, she was perfect. But Elena's instincts whispered otherwise. When she asked about the bruises, Monica just laughed. "Toddlers are hurricanes," she said breezily. "Believe me, I've seen it all." But Leo wasn't a hurricane. He was quiet, gentle. Lately, he'd been flinching when touched, crying when Monica entered the room. One morning, he clung to Elena's leg, sobbing uncontrollably when she tried to leave. That night, Elena found a fresh bruise, long, narrow, almost finger-like. Her heart dropped. This wasn't a fall. This was something else. The next morning, before heading to work, Elena hid a wireless camera behind the nursery curtain. It was motion-triggered and streamed directly to her phone. She told no one, not even her husband, away on an unreachable business trip. T 10:52 a.m. Her phone buzzed. Nursery motion detected. Elena stepped out of her meeting and into a stairwell. She opened the feed to AT first. Monica entered smiling, cooing to Leo. Then the switch. She yanked him from the crib by one arm. He wailed. "Stop that noise," she hissed, slamming him onto the changing table. His cry turned shrill. "Shut up." Monica barked. She grabbed a wipe and roughly pulled at his legs, scratching him with her nails as he writhed. Elena's knees gave out. She dropped the phone and dialed 911 with shaking hands. Then she called her neighbor, Isabel. "Get to my house. Now." Within minutes, Isabel stormed inside. Monica was just placing Leo back in the crib. "Step away from the baby," Isabel ordered, phone in hand. "The police are on their way." For a moment, Monica stood frozen. Then her face cracked, not with guilt or panic, but rage. A quiet, simmering fury that made Elena's blood run cold. 15 minutes later, police arrived and arrested Monica on the spot. Elena rushed home, scooping Leo into her arms, crying as she rocked him. "You're safe now, baby. I've got you." But it wasn't over. When officers searched Monica's bag, they found a small notebook. Inside were dates, names, and one chilling line, "Baby doesn't remember." Just like the last one. "What does that mean?" Elena demanded. "We don't know yet," the detective said. "But this isn't just abuse. It may be something much darker." They traced Monica's background. Her real name was Monica Dotto. She'd worked for multiple families across several cities over 16 years, often disappearing between jobs. 2 prior families reported strange injuries to their infants. One hospitalized with a fractured rib, another suffering from extreme night terrors. Both cases were dismissed for lack of evidence. Monica vanished before charges could stick point. One address in the notebook led to a family in Denver. Their child had died 3 years earlier. SIDS, they'd been told, but Monica had been their nanny. In the weeks that followed, investigators uncovered USB drives hidden among her belongings, files of nursery footage, dozens of videos, babies crying, Her voice, her hand. Monica was no ordinary abuser. She was systematic. She targeted working mothers. She gained trust, then isolated and terrorized children, always under the cover of care. Leo wasn't her first victim. But because of Elena, he became her last. The story exploded in the media. Headlines dubbed her the silent nanny. Police hotlines lit up with parents wondering if she had worked for them. But Elena wasn't thinking about headlines. Only Leo died a few days later. She got a call from Margot Vale, a mother in Denver. "I saw your story," Margot whispered. "I think she was with us, too." They talked for hours. Margot described bruises, fever, behavior changes, and the crushing guilt. "They told me I was imagining it." "You weren't," Elena said, voice trembling. "None of us were." With overwhelming evidence, Monica Dato was charged with multiple counts of child abuse, attempted murder, and manslaughter. Her trial made national news. Elena didn't attend. She stayed home with Leo. She repainted the nursery, swapped the crib for a toddler bed. Leo began sleeping better, laughing more. Every giggle felt like a piece of light reclaimed from the dark point 5 months later. Elena founded Eyes Open, a nonprofit helping families install in-home cameras, educating parents, and exposing under-the-radar threats in childcare. The first donation came from Margot. "This won't bring him back," her note read, "but maybe it'll save the next." That night, Elena sat by Leo's bed, holding his tiny hand. Faint marks remained, but they were fading. "Thank you," she whispered, "for holding on, for surviving." And she made herself a promise. No one would ever touch her son again. Not without a camera watching. Not behind a closed door. Not ever.